We are live. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Glen. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. And yeah, Bitcoin. It's just mental. I don't know, it's funny. It was only maybe 4 or 5 days ago, maybe a week ago, that literally if you went on YouTube and you follow cryptocurrency stuff, every YouTuber was saying, sell your Bitcoin now, it's going to 20,000, it's going to 23k, and I don't know, like obviously I've done a couple of videos lately showing you how you can make money whilst Bitcoin's going down in price, and also like saying like, look, I think this is a bottom. I actually did a video when Bitcoin got to 31,000, I think it was, saying I think this is the best time to put in a long for the rest of the year. We were there for a little while, and it even went lower than that. It went down to 28. So if you had like 100 times leverage, then yeah, you may have got liquidated or something. But I always tell people not to do that. I always say don't use more than sort of 3 to 5 times leverage. So if you'd put in a long around 28k, 29k, 30k, 31, 32, then you should be pretty happy today, because Bitcoin, it has just broke 38k. I don't know if I think it's dipped a bit whilst I've been asleep. So I think it actually went up a bit higher than that. So by the looks of things, we're going to be at 40k pretty quick. And once we're past the 40k mark, that's going to signal to every technical analysis person out there that actually we're not in a continuous downward spiral. They're going to start being bullish about Bitcoin. They're going to start promoting it. They're going to start saying, oh, look, like Crypto, Tone Vase, they're all going to start saying things like, oh yeah, by the end of the year, I think it's going to be this much. And could Bitcoin reach 300k? And then that'll start building up the FOMO, and people will start buying in, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So yeah, it's a shame that I don't know, maybe I should do content like that, because it's very up and down, isn't it? It's very even on the bad days, you can get quite a high amount of views, because you can say like, oh my god, Bitcoin's down to 0, and then the next day do, oh my god, Bitcoin's down to 200k. But there you go, that's what it is. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's looking. Obviously we've seen bigger pumps than this before in the past, but you know, when you start seeing so much like, this is it, this is the 4-year bear cycle, this, you know, the stock to flow model ratio is wrong, yeah, all you, and then you, after like, I mean, this recent dump has gone on for like weeks now. You start to believe like, is it you know, like, is it, are they and I've always kept the faith. Like, the amount of Bitcoin that I have stored away, I'm happy with at the minute. And you know, I'd love to see Bitcoin hit 100k by the end of this year, because that would, for me, it's more, it isn't just like a this year thing, you know. This is something that if any of you watching this video later on today, I talked about Bitcoin being worth $100,000 4 years ago now. And I remember people saying, I'm like, why? How? You know, that means it'll be worth more than this, or that means it'll have a market value of this, and this. And I thought, I used to think like, oh, because it's a psychological. I saw Bitcoin obviously rise to 20,000 so quick, and I'm like, well, it'd only have to sort of do that for sort of 5-6 months on the trot, and it'll get there quite quickly. And that's just a fit. I actually believe they could go higher, but I've always tried to be conservative in my mind, and I've always thought 100k. That's where I see Bitcoin being, and I can imagine it going past that. Once it starts hitting those sort of figures, obviously massive FOMO is going to creep in, and everyone's going to try and buy in, and it'll probably run up to 150, 170, 200k, something like that. But eventually it'll have an 80% retracement once everyone realizes that they're not going to be a millionaire overnight. And then we'll see it retrace, I don't know, 50% or 80%, something like that. And I think we'll come back down to sort of like 80 to 100k. That's what I see happening. And then obviously then there'll be like a 3-year, 4-year bear market. And that is where, obviously, I don't know where it could go then. But that's what I can see happening within the next sort of like, well, for the rest of this year, we've only got 6 months now. I think we're exactly halfway through the year. David Howard, morning, Glenn. Yeah, we broke the 50 daily moving average for the first time since it dropped below on the 12th of May. Yeah, thanks for sticking with me, David. I know you've been watching for a while. Appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that's been smashing up that like button and to all the subscribers. Hopefully we can get to, I don't know, 4,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That'd be really cool. That means on average I get about 1,000 a year because I've been going for 4 years almost, which is insane, really. Been thinking about it. But I had a dream last night, oddly enough, that Bitcoin went on a massive run. Like, I'm talking like everyone was going crazy. And I remember I was crying. I wouldn't cry, but in my dream, I was crying to my wife, and she said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "It isn't. I don't really care about the money value side of it. It's just the when I started talking about Bitcoin being worth 100k, a lot of people, friends, family, colleagues, people that you work with, they start saying, you know, yeah, you're just a daydreamer. You know, you're talking rubbish. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, and I've got friends. I've got a friend that works in a bank, and he takes financial advice from one of the bank managers. And the bank manager said, "Oh, Bitcoin's a big Ponzi scheme, big pyramid scheme. It'll never take off." And I'm always having this to and fro with him. He's like, "Yeah, but Glenn, my manager said." So when Bitcoin does surpass everyone's expectations, then I could be like, oh, is it still a Ponzi scheme now? Or, and that's probably when he'll buy in. The day he buys in, I'll know that that's when we're going to go on the next bull run. I actually was talking to him not that long ago, and I just said, look, because he was asking me about putting £1,000 in something. I said, just put £1,000 in Bitcoin, but just ignore all the news, don't read any articles about it, don't look at the price of it, just leave it with the expectation by this time Christmas that it'll probably be worth more than it is now. And he was like, yeah, but how much? And he wanted me to pinpoint an exact amount. And I said, well, I don't know, because I believe it's going to 100k. I was telling him this when Bitcoin was 30k. So what's that? That's 3.5 times. So I said, like, you'd have like 3.5, 4 grand. That's if you cash out at that point. Obviously it could go up and then it could drop right back down from there again. So who knows? People get greedy once it starts going up, don't they? I'm going to slowly sell mine off as it hits, depending on how quick we get there and what sort of time frame we do it in. And then I'm going to keep some, sell some off if it goes up even more, and then sell some off with the intention of looking to buy back in sort of February, March time once there's like a 50 to 80% drop. So yeah, it's really exciting times. I'm really happy about it. I'm really glad that we're out of this. Well, we don't know yet. It could go down tomorrow, but it's nice to just have it confirmed that it's not, you know, just a constant downward spiral to sort of like 15k. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think this is just a trap, or do you think that this is it? This breakout is the confirmation that everyone needs that we're still in a bull market this year? Love to hear your thoughts. Please comment down below. Follow me over on Twitter at BitGlen. You can add me on my Facebook page at BitGlen as well. And also don't forget to smash that like button up before you leave this video. Thank you to everyone that's been watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.